because today's webinar is going to be truly, truly informative. In this webinar, we're going to talk about how we grew our digital agency to $300,000 plus in annual revenue by getting rid of project delays. And if you're an agency owner, and you're handling projects, that delays are inevitable, right? So if delays are inevitable, how do we actually go and solve them out? That's why we've launched a tool on a lifetime deal. It's called W3 Dart. More on it later. Val is going to tell more about that. Let's welcome more people that are joining in this live session with W3 Dart. I'm super happy to see you all here joining in right now.
We're talking about feedback and how it can save your business. What's going on, guys? This is Val from PitchGround. Imagine you have just launched a new website, and even though you have run a few QA sessions, you have double-checked everything, but still there are some bugs here and there, maybe glitchy menus and some alignment issues and so on and so forth. But how do you even know about it? You obviously will not ask your clients, hey, please do me a favor and make some screenshots where you think my website is glitchy, describe where exactly it's happening, or ideally make a screencast. Of course, they wouldn't do that, unless you give them a super easy to use tool that will make the feedback process smooth and simple. Now, PitchGround brings you the most advanced website bug reporting tool. W3 Dart is a full ecosystem of feedback within a single tool environment. All you need to do is install a widget on your website or use the Google Chrome extension. Now your visitors could instantly make some marks and notes, highlight the elements and regions, put lines and arrows, and then just send their feedback in one click. But what if something is going on the website? Say a menu doesn't open or some animation plays wrong. You can record a video just the same way you did a screenshot. Just hit the record button and you can do all the same things and send it straight to the developer, just like that. I'm pretty sure you're gonna love this tool, and if you want to learn more about it, make sure to check out our use case videos. Now, that's pretty much it, guys. Love you all, keep safe, and I see you guys in the next video.
Absolutely. That was Val talking about W3 Dart. And today we have a really special guest with us. We have Athindra from team W3 Dart here with us. He's going to show us about and take us forward in this webinar. Athindra, good to have you here. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, Minank. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And uh, today's webinar is going to be really exciting because it says scaling up the agency, $300,000 in revenue, avoiding project delays. I think this is like a dream webinar for every agency owner out there, because I was reading about it this morning. It says that in one survey, less than 50% of companies said that they don't complete projects on schedule.
Yeah.
And that's a very bad stat to look at. What do you say?
No, yeah. I mean, all agencies that we also talk to now and our partner agencies as well, they face this issue. And yeah, it's like industry-wide problem. So, and agency owners scramble to do something about it. And, we also tried our hands at it, came up with something, and yeah, happy to share the story about it.
Awesome, awesome. So, what have we got for the people here today?
So today, we'll be sharing the story of growing our digital agency, which is W3 Nuts, to more than 300,000 in revenue, in annual revenue, in about 3 years. And we did it simply by getting rid of project delays. So we'll be going through the steps that we followed, what we observed during our research when we were trying to find the causes of project delays, and then how we went about prioritizing those delays, how we solved those delays, a little bit about that, and what benefits we observed.
That's great. Why don't you simply share your screen and get started? The screen sharing button is beside the video icon. You can click on it, share the screen, and get started. So, guys, if you're watching this webinar right now, you have to continue watching this, because this is a topic that you are facing every day in your agency or your freelancing career, because you're estimating a time and then the project delays happen, then the feedback process from the client is difficult, and you're not getting actionable feedback to make your campaign move forward. There's a lot of discrepancies happening all around, and that's why you need to watch this webinar, how they scale the digital agency to over $300,000 in revenue. So I can see that you've shared your screen. I can see people like Chaitanya, etc., have joined in. I'm doing fine, Chaitanya. Thank you so much. How are you doing? Let me allow screen sharing. And Atindra, over to you. I guess this slide looks really interesting. The stage is yours. Yeah.
Yeah, great. So, in 2016, we started this exercise, and we were an agency of 8 people with an yearly revenue of about $100,000. But by 2019, as you can see, we had grown to 26 people with 3 times the yearly revenue. And even our founders, our owners believe that this growth wouldn't have been possible without getting rid of project delays. And people who have witnessed this process, people who we talk with, they also believe that if we hadn't gotten rid of project delays, we wouldn't have been on this path, on this growth ride. And yeah, I just want to share our story with you. Because to be honest, when we were coming up and when we were trying to understand how we can grow our agency more, we benefited from others who were gracious and kind enough to share their knowledge, share their expertise and experience with us. So we just believe that we are passing it forward, and we hope that all of you people will benefit from this. So yeah, project delays, are a big pain in the ass for all stakeholders. They are a pain for the client, for the agency owners who are trying to grow their agency, and for the team members as well, who have to, then scramble and try to understand how they can fix these project delays. Whenever a project gets delayed, every task feels like a momentous battle uphill, and I think every agency owner will agree with this. You have to find out how you'll be able to finish this work as soon as possible because you have something else to switch to or some other client to close. You also need to ensure that it doesn't affect the delivery dates of those other projects, and you have to just keep putting out fires all the time. So at W3 Nuts, we specially hated them for one particular reason, which was revenue losses. Loss of time is loss of money. Timeline extensions are loss of money. Strain in relationship between you and the client, that is also a loss of money. So project delays overall, were a big thorn in our side. And yeah, the owners, the founders, our executives, and we all gathered. We had team meetings day in and day out, try to understand what we can do about it. So in 2016, the start of 2016, the financial year, we made a simple plan. And whenever we talk with agency owners who try to understand how we did this, we recommend them doing this as well. Follow this simple 3-step plan. First, you basically identify what is causing project delays. So this step is kind of obvious, but it was really an eye-opening exercise for us because we found that apart from the usual suspects, there were some other causes which were leading to a lot of project delays, a lot of issues completing the projects on time. So do go through this step definitely. Then once you identify the causes, then you have to prioritize them. Try to see which causes you should tackle first and which you should take care of at the end, because it's yeah, Pareto principle applies here. 20% of the causes will be responsible for 80% of the delays. So yeah, make a priority list and then start working on the causes one by one. And yeah, keep at it, keep working on the project delays, and it will definitely result in profit. It will result in a happier team and better relationship with clients. So yeah, so when we started in 2016, as you can see on the screen, this is the exercise we did. We counted the number of times a project got delayed due to a particular reason for just 12 weeks. It was a sampling exercise. We couldn't really wait for the whole year to end to complete the research and then start working on the things, because by then everyone would lose the enthusiasm. So in those 12 weeks we worked on about 20 projects, 18 to 20 projects. They were mostly mid-sized and small-sized compared to what we deal with now. And yeah, we came up with a list of causes that we identified were leading to project delays. Then we cut down that list to top 10 that you see on the screen right now. And yeah, this is what we based our next steps on. So I would recommend you try this for your own agency, because the causes might be quite different for you. Um, for example, something like a delay due to outsourcing, you might not even face it at all, and there might be some other thing that might replace it. Your top 10, top 5 list will look quite different. But yeah, I'd like to go into details for a few causes here that were kind of, so the reason behind them was kind of counterintuitive. And yeah, you can see that unresponsiveness or late responding clients, this was the most common cause for us. So whenever clients become unresponsive for a period of time, we all know that they are focused on something else that is equally or even more important than the current project for them. And this is as it should be. Most of our clients are busy executives, they're business owners, they might be agency partners, and they have a limited time as well as attention span in a day. So it's a given that there will be some unresponsiveness, some delay from their side when it comes to communications. But what we discovered was that clients also responded late when it was time for feedback, because they found the revision process to be a hassle. They didn't like giving feedback on phone or video calls, because they've always felt that they'd miss out on something. And yeah, they were gracious enough to share this with us, that I can't have calls with you, I always feel that I'll miss out on something, or I won't have my partner with me, I won't have my co-owner with me. So we'd like to give you consolidated feedback or something like that. And yeah, we can't have video calls or phone calls because of that. They also found taking screenshots and annotating them exhausting. They So most of them, what they said was that we'd rather not give feedback than go through this cumbersome process that you have put in front of us. And so it's quite acceptable, but we couldn't have realized that this would be happening. um, the second cause was second most important cause for us was back and forth communications during revisions. And this was causing a lot of delays again. Clients would share feedback on email, they would do it through Skype, and yeah, this was before Zoom. So they would just call KK, who's the co-owner of W3 Nuts. They would call him and tell him, okay, do this or do that, or and then they'll forget it. Or KK might, not be able to note it down in time. He'll be out and about, and yeah, so things would always fall through the cracks. And quite understandable. This was sloppy and inefficient. This was something that we thought that we could really work at and avoid from at least our side, if not from client side. And yeah, then lack of dedicated project managers and QA testers. This was also a big issue in our talks with other agency owners. Small agencies, they simply can't help it. They can't hire people at whim. They can't really grow at the rate that you'd their owners would want them to grow. They can't hire people quickly and get dedicated project managers to manage, let's say, 6 or 7 projects at a time. But this does lead to project delays. For us, there were 3 people in the agency at that time in 2016 that were acting like the Swiss Army knife, dealing with several things, making sure to stay on top of every account. But what we observed that they used to complain a lot about burnouts and other issues, and quite understandable. Led to project delays a lot, and yeah, we had to include it in our list. We had to make sure that we tackle this issue. So once we made this list at the start of 2016, in the first 3 months, we went about creating a priority order, because yeah, you can't deal with everything. And you have to assign some time for the priority one items. Then you can go through priority two, priority three, and so on. So on your screen you can see the criteria that we had for priority one, priority two, priority three. So priority one were things that you could fix with the help of some tools, you could fix by hiring people, you could fix with a small infusion of cash, things like that. Priority two were issues which our agency could work at. They would still be a little bit out of our control, but we still would be able to deal with them. And priority three were things that were totally out of our control. They would Our clients would have to basically work on those issues to make sure that the projects wouldn't get delayed. So yeah, and this is something that we assume that priority one causes were the most important one. But you know as we observed later down in 2017 and 18, when we really started working on priority two things, that these were more solvable. These things were something that the agency could work at without putting in a lot of cash, without putting in a lot of capital, and still you could get great results from it. So yeah, we first dealt with priority one issues. For lack of PMs and QA testers, we simply hired more people. It's not as simple as I'm stating it. Our owners had to get capital from a few sources. They had to take some loans, but it was necessary. And they got together. They said that if we have to do this, we have to put in a little capital more into our agency. Let's do it, and keep working at it. Make sure that what we have assigned as priority one, that gets dealt with first. So yeah, they took loans. They got capital from a few friends, from a few relatives and other sources, and they hired more people for QA and project management. Then yeah, for agency trying to achieve perfection, this issue was a little complex, because not only was our team members after perfection, but our agency partners, partner agencies were also trying. Their team members would also try to chase perfection. So these partner agencies are design agencies, content agencies, other development agencies, whom we basically tie up with to either get subcontracts from them, or get referrals from them, so something like that. And whenever we would work in collaboration, their designers would demand us to be pixel perfect. Whenever we would develop the website, they'd basically scan it from end to end, and if there was anything off, they would ask us to redo those things. So the thing is that you don't really need to get that pixel perfect thing on the page. um, so quite understandable, from their side, the clients might raise an issue if they detect it. But the things they were asking us to change, those were really minor issues which clients wouldn't notice, based on certain design principles, or based on certain content principles. So we basically used to have sessions with them, where we would tell them that we have to ship or else, right? And or else would mean losing clients, or else we lose money, or else we lose the goodwill, the reputation, and chance for referrals. So yes, a little bit of partner agency education workshops we had to conduct to tackle this issue. Then there were priority two issues. and those were, like I said, kind of in our control, but not completely. And these happened to all be communication issues. So the task was to make sure that communication from our end was top notch. It was excellent, but we also had to ensure that clients communicated with us properly and on time. So back then, we started tackling this in mid 2017, start of 2017 actually. And there was no tool in the market that was solely made for uh, digital agencies. There were project management tools. There are project management tools like Slack, ClickUp. I think was just starting at that time, but these were not intuitive enough for digital agency work. So, like for website, for prototypes, for design, uh, what you could do is use these project management tools the same way you use email or same way you use video calls on Skype, right? You could upload things on these tools, you could make comments on these tools, but then again, like things would continue to fall through the cracks. Client would be unable to explain all they have in their mind through these tools. So if the client wants to give feedback on website progress or app, they would have to take those screenshots, write something about it, paste it up in those project management tools, upload them in those project management tools, and then again, get on a call anyway, because there would be something that they'd miss out, or something that we would be unable to understand without the context. So what our clients also wanted, and what we wanted, internally our developers understood that what we should get is a screen recorder and a voice capturing tool that could be used on websites to give feedback, um, and that could be used to give bug reports, or it could be used for any kind of revision internally as well. So a QA tester could use that tool to tell the developer that this is off, this hasn't been done according to the guidelines or according to the scope, and things like that. And they shouldn't have to take the screenshot or annotate those screenshots, write a long ass comment about what needs to be done. So it was then that we came up with the concept of W3 Dart. And yeah, we made a team internally, a team of three people who would create it from scratch. And it was internally we started using it, then we started using it with our clients. And yeah, it changed the whole scenario. It was like a gift from above, to be honest, coming up with this tool. So a lot of back and forth communication during revisions, that was cut down drastically, because the clients could now simply record their screen. They could use their voice to walk us through the feedback. They could simply dump it all, right? The tool would record it, and the it would upload it, in the tool's dashboard. We would get the report, and we could then simply work on it. And the team members could similarly report bugs, right? And yeah, client delay in providing resources, that also decreased, because W3 Dart would automatically send reminder emails to clients, nudging them to complete the task. So this KK came up with this concept that okay, you can't really tell them all the time, because you have to then set tasks for yourself, that you have to remind the client to give this. So there are two places where this could fall. Once when you have to do it, once when client has to do it. So why not just cut the middleman, cut yourself out of the process, and have the tool send them automated emails if a resource hasn't been provided, if content or design hasn't been provided, or if something hasn't been approved or reviewed by them. The tool would send them automatic emails and nudge them to complete the task. Then, yeah, third point, the poorly developed scope of work. That became a problem of the past, because we documented the scope in video format and stored it in W3 Dart itself. And whenever there was a complaint from client side, or even when our team members had issues with the project managers, that a particular thing is out of the scope, the project managers would simply fire up the video, and yeah, go through it and tell, basically show the developers that yeah, this is in scope, we have to do this, let's complete this. um, so clients also stopped becoming, stopped being unresponsive, because the tool was so easy to use and intuitive that they actually looked forward to revision rounds. And I'm not pulling this out of my ass. The clients have actually stated this in testimonials. So they might be dealing with a lot of other agencies, or they might be dealing with a lot of other business partners who might be having some similar sort of revision process, but not as good as what we have. So yeah, they tell us that they look forward to revision rounds because everything is so well documented. Their thoughts are all there. We just go through them and tell them, okay, you told us this and we have done this. You told us this, we have done this. And the clients are like, yeah, it's all there. So all they have to do is just click on the plugin. They push a button, start recording the screen and everything.
Atindra,
Yeah.
you're talking about the tool, and I'm getting excited. I'm sure the users are also getting excited. Okay, this tool talking about everything is getting done. Are we going to do the demo of the tool?
Yeah, so just wanted to cover this in how we tackle the priority two issues. It will be there, but just wanted to get it out how we had tackled these.
Absolutely, absolutely. And guys, if you're looking for the demo of this tool and how, as you can see that how their team has tackled these issues, just type in DEMO out there in the chat down below. That's DEMO, and we're gonna showcase the demo of this tool that we're talking about. That's there on the lifetime deal as well. So yes, Atindra, you please continue. Yeah.
Sure. So yeah, and so coming to priority three issues, and as I stated before, these were completely out of our control. The issue of too many stakeholders that can be tackled a little bit by educating the client during the sales process. We have found that. So it does make the sales process a little bit larger, a little bit longer, because you have to tell the client, okay, we'll have to limit the project to three or four stakeholders. We have to ensure that these stakeholders are then grouped properly, so that two of them or three of them might be giving feedback on how the content is being taken up. Two of them might be giving feedback on how the design is being taken up. So you have to get them on calls, and set these roles for them. But we found that it can be tackled a little bit by educating the client. Also, encouraging internal discussions among the stakeholders so that they give you consolidated feedback. Um, Now, what we have found is that as project size increases, as we are dealing with larger and larger companies now, who have something like 8 or 10 stakeholders for a digital presence project. So it's really difficult to it is becoming really difficult to get this under control. But yeah, can be done with a little bit of client education. And about the last two issues, I have to be honest here, we haven't been able to do anything solid about them. Yeah, these delays are bound to happen. We have to subcontract work sometimes, and we then rely on the agencies that we are partnering up with, or freelancers who we might bring on board for that subcontract work. We have to rely on their timelines, and if they promise that they'll deliver something, we have to make the same promise to the clients. And sometimes it happens that something might happen on their end, which is might be inevitable. It can be avoided, we don't know, but yeah, those things happen. And we just have to then manage clients better. As far as delay due to another unrelated project is related, so some of your projects will get delayed because there are delays on other projects. This is what I mean by this point. And yeah, again, those cannot be helped. If timelines shift, you have to manage them to the best of your ability, but you cannot stop them from sliding. Yeah. So okay, so coming to the moment of truth. So uh, what you see in front of you is the tally from of project delays from when we began in 2016 to document them, to try to understand what were the causes and prioritize them, solving them till 2019. And we have included data before 2020, because during the pandemic the delays have reduced a lot, so we didn't want to give you. And um the delays have reduced maybe because the clients have more time to really give feedback. They have time to take part in the feedback process, the revision process. And we also had time, so some of our developers were working around the clock at home. And yeah, the delays have decreased drastically during the pandemic period. So we didn't want to skew the data. We wanted to show you you know the what we believe is the accurate picture, what we believe will happen again, after people start going back to office, after the clients don't have as much time as they had during the pandemic. We start getting our developers back into office, and they uh, work during the mandated hours. So yeah, you'll see that most of the delays, most of the causes for the delays, they are reducing in frequency, but some might increase a little bit here and there. So for example, poorly developed work of scope of work that increased in 2018. And yeah, it was because we were taking a lot of projects from a design partner. And whenever you onboard any partner agency or any new freelancers, you'll see that you know these kind of delays will increase in number. Then delay due to outsourcing cannot be helped, as I've stated. So you'll see that it's almost a flat line. But some of these delays, like communication related delays or client unresponsive delays, those will decrease over time when you work on it, when you find some ways to really tackle those issues. So what I just want to put in front of you is that it's achievable. It's not something that you can simply work on and then cross your fingers, hope for the best. It really does happen in real time, and you'll see it happening in real time. Yeah. So we observed that the lesser project delays improved our relationship with the client. We were able to demonstrate how serious we were about creating better client experiences. The sales process, it became a little longer, but when we would introduce these processes during the when we would introduce these systems during the sales process, the client would really appreciate it. They knew that we were dedicated to serving them better, and it helped improve our relationship with them. More and more clients started asking us to maintain their web presence after the projects would end. So we would basically win their trust with this whole process, with how we would go about dealing with things. And yeah, this trust and the tool we had at our side, the new knowledge sharing that we were doing with them regarding how they should deal with the issue with the stakeholder and all that, they loved it. And yeah, they would put us on retainers, and we loved those retainers. uh, new PMs and QA testers, they took the load off our core team members a lot. Happier employees meant less turnover, and less employee turnover meant that we had to spend less time on training these new employees. So it was a win-win for everyone. Then with lesser project delays, the sales team was more confident in our solutions, and they would trust our ability to deliver those solutions on time as well, right? So this confidence would help them put concrete timelines in front of the clients, and that would help close clients faster. And yeah, all these benefits ultimately resulted in more projects. More projects resulted in more revenue, more team members, and we grew more in 3 years from 2017 to 2019 than we did in the 8 to 10 years before that. Yeah, quite happy to share this story with you guys. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to take those. But yeah, Minank, as you said, we can also move to the demo of the tool.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think people have been waiting for the demo of the tool. And since we are 35 minutes into the webinar, I guess we should just jump right into the demo. And guys, in the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat, because after the demo session, we will be answering every single question you got. So please drop them while you're having any questions, and we will answer them. Yeah,
Great. So I'll get started with the demo.
absolutely.
Um, So okay, after fire the tool, you'll have it on your website as the widget that you see on the right hand side of the screen. Then you can simply click on it, and we have provided the traditional method of drawing on the screen, capturing the screenshot, annotating them, and all that. But what I want to really show you is what's the USP of the tool, what made the difference. So that is capturing the video. So you share your entire screen, the tool loads, and yeah, this is the interface that you'll be seeing. You can simply, so I'll just explain what each of these things are. So you can draw a rectangle with the help of this tool. You can also just there's a freeform tool, so you can make freeform drawing annotations. You can write something. So yeah, tool for that. You can draw arrows on the screen to really point to specific things that you might be talking about. You can change color of the text, change color of the arrows. You know that can be done. And there's undo. So if you make some error, you can just undo it. Yeah, and so just start recording, and my voice is getting recorded right now. My screen is also getting recorded. So if I want to point out that this button is not of the proper brand color, I can just point to it, and because my voice is getting recorded, I don't really have to write anything on screen at all. And when you move, it will get erased automatically, because you just had to point it out. It will stay there in this on the screen for a little while, and then it's done. It's recorded. You can draw boxes, and say that, okay, this text doesn't seem right. It's not as per the content guidelines, and yeah, it will all get recorded. um, one other thing that we have in our tool, which our competitors don't have right now, is that when you go to another page, their tool stops recording, but our tool continues. So you can record everything in one session. The client doesn't have to keep recording things one after the other, keep recording pages one after the other. So that is something that is really helpful for our client. That's what we observed. And yeah, it stays there. You can then just stop. So the video has been recorded. You can select you can give it a tag. So this is basically for tag. We have some preloaded tags. It can be a bug, it can be a task improvement feature, or you can see my own tag. So I'll just assign it as task. Then you can assign the priority: high, medium, low. Then this is actually something that we have built inside the tool. It captures the information of the device, of the browser. So the developer or the QA tester will then be able to replicate this bug, or will be able to improve it on the same machine using the same browser. Then we can type anything. So yeah, task. And then you can assign team members. So I'll assign myself, and yeah, send feedback. So it will get recorded in the backend. And yeah, it takes about 1 minute for the video to populate there. So till then, I'll also show you what we have done, for the traditional version of the tool. This is something that you'll find on all the competitors, but just for those who don't want to, just for the clients who don't want to record their screen or capture their voice, we have this traditional option. Some of them find it useful. So you can just draw something on the screen, and you can't really scroll up or down when you're doing that, but you can take this box, place it anywhere. You can delete it. You can use the freeform tool, highlight something. You can also use the pointer and write that this is improper, anything like that. Here from the drop down, you can also change the size of the font. That can also be done. And once you are satisfied with everything, you can just upload it. So whoever you're assigning, they'll get notification, they'll get email, and it will basically come as a task for them, like this. And they'll be able to check it out. They'll be able to then play it again. They'll also be able to comment. So once they are done with the task, they can say, this has been taken care of, please check. They can add that. You can also from here itself, you can assign other team members the task. So if I want to assign Sachin this task, I can do it simply from here. So I'm logged in from Komal's account, so you see Komal Patel here. But the task has been reassigned to Sachin. And then you can simply play it from here. I see that it's still might recording. Okay. And my voice is getting recorded right now. My screen is also getting recorded. So if I want to point out that this button is not of recording the proper brand color, I can just point. Having a little bit of issues here, because I'm sharing my screen and then sharing this.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But I think it has done the task really well.
Great. Yeah, so just wanted to show you how the video aspect of it works. And we have found that clients really love the tool, love the intuitiveness of the tool. Yeah, and when you use it in your revision process, you'll also feel a lot of difference.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Guys, if you have any questions in the meantime, tell us in the chat down below. We're answering all questions that we have gotten, and about the tool, about your agencies, about feedbacks, about tracking bugs, about getting rid of project delays. Guys, if you have questions, do ask them in the chat down below. So let me quickly share my screen. Yes, so this, I hope you guys can see my screen, guys. This is our W3 Dart on lifetime deal at PitchGround. So it's a visual feedback tool and bug reporting tool. It allows your clients to help give you feedback better. So in a really fast manner, thus reducing project delays in the process. So we have plans that are starting from just $49 and they go all the way till 497. So all these plans, depending on the size of your agency, if you just want to test it out, if you just want starting out, I think the plan A would be really enough for you. But if you're having so many clients and there's a lot of process, there's a lot of people involved, I would highly suggest going for the unlimited plan, because we love unlimited things, right? Everything unlimited. Yes, unlimited users, unlimited projects, unlimited archive, etc. Every single thing for just 497. So we have every all the details mentioned here. You can check out the reviews. You can participate in discussions. If you have asked questions, we would love to answer it. If you can Also, check out the videos as well. If you have joined in late for this webinar, don't worry. The webinar would be live on it. You can watch the replay after this. So you can check out the use case, etc. All the things are mentioned here. And yes, guys, this is the lifetime deal for W3 Dart, and you can grab it right now. I'm going to share the link for this in the chat section down below. You can also find the link for this above or below this video, depending on where you are watching this, either Facebook or on YouTube. So I'm just going to paste it down there. And yes, guys, I have pasted the link for the W3 Dart lifetime deal in the chat down below. Let me know if you guys have questions down there. I see there are users joining in from three Facebook places. That's all right. And YouTube users as well. Great. So, guys, tell us about any question. Ask us every question you have because we are ready to answer all your questions. Mm. So let's make it really quick, Atindra. Who can actually use W3 Dart? Who is it like recommended for?
So it's usually good if agency owners get it, because they can then mandate tool for their whole agency. They can get people on board. They can ask the clients to start using it. But if you're a freelancer, then also it works for you. You can just you use it as a marketing tool for your freelancing practice as well. You can tell them that you have something that other freelancers will not be able to provide the clients, and yeah, it works as an added factor for your practice.
Absolutely. So, agency owners, especially if you're working in a web design agency, this product will help you. If you're working in SaaS, there's a lot of feedback involved. This product is going to help you. If you're working in e commerce as well or in development, this is going to help you out. So, all of these plans come with unlimited team members. So, that's one pro that you're getting with every single plan that you get it. So one question that has coming, like, okay, does someone need to register to leave a feedback?
So you can manage those permissions from the backend. So you can have it open to the public, so they can just leave the feedback on the website if you want that. If you don't want that, if you want only your team members or your clients who have the login to give the feedback, you can do that as well.
All right, all right. And then there's a question about integrations. What are the current integrations that you are having?
So we have Asana integration, we have Monday integration, and we are also working with Zapier for their approval. So with Zapier, you'll be able to integrate it with basically any tool that is currently in their ecosystem. So really looking forward to that. But yeah, we do have Asana and Monday right now.
Perfect, perfect. Guys, if you have any more integration requests, also we are taking it. Tell us in the comments on what use case you have for that particular integration. And whole team of W3 Dart is here to look into it to see about what your use case is. And if we get more requests about it, we will 100% work on it. So any more comments, guys? I can please leave them. Ask your questions down there. I want to see questions, guys. I can minimize the screen. Let me see the questions. I guess that's pretty much it because there's like a delay of 2 minutes when we speak here, and then there's come that comes on Facebook and YouTube. So we have to wait for that 2 minutes gap to see, okay, did they answer any questions? Because usually while ending the webinar, suddenly they're like, oh, we got a question. So, yep. Um, Great, 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 great. So, people right now around 12 people are live on this webinar, and let's do a quick giveaway, right? Let's do a really quick giveaway. Just type in the word W3 dart in the chat down below. Just type in the word W3 dart, and I have a really special gift for you. Just type in the word W3 dart, and let's wait.
So I'm excited about this.
Absolutely. So some people are just joining in. Guys, you are joining in late. Right now, we are almost about to end the webinar, but no worries. You have the replay to watch it. Just after we end it, you're going to have the replay over there in the same place. You can just watch it at whatever speed you can and come up to speed. This was a really interesting topic about getting rid of project delays. Everyone faces it. Almost every agency, every freelancer faces it. Even marketplaces like us face it with a lot of deals that we work on with, and nobody really talks about it. Everyone talks about different topics, but nobody really talks about this particular issue, and I'm glad we addressed this in today's webinar. So guys, if you the replay would be really valuable if you're watching it right now. People are commenting W3 darts, W3 dart, etc. I'm getting more and more comments right here. Awesome. So let me just quickly go to the group and see who is the winner, because it's showing me your user as that Facebook name or something. So let me just check it on who's commenting so that we can give it here. So I can see the user that's commenting is Nirav Hingu. Congratulations. So Nirav, congratulations. You have just won a Pitch Ground t-shirt. So Nirav, are you still in the webinar? Are you still watching this right now? Uh, if yes, type in YES, and I'll just connect with you after this and give you a Pitch Ground t-shirt. So Nirav, if you're watching this webinar, just confirm, and we will go ahead with this. All right. Nirav here has confirmed it. Perfect. So congratulations, Nirav, on winning the Pitch Ground t-shirt. And that's what you get for joining our webinars. We keep doing these giveaways from time to time, and we have more giveaways coming up. We're going to be doing more webinars, and that was W3 Dart on a lifetime deal. So, Atindra, thank you so much for coming and taking your time telling users about your story on how your agency has actually grown and how tackled these issues. Uh, and Thank you so much for everyone who's been joining this for 52 minutes right now. I'm glad we completed it under 1 hour. That is under time limit. And great. This was a
Thank you
really
for
fun
having me.
webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're talking about feedback and how it can save your business. What's going on, guys? This is Val from Pitch Ground. Imagine you have just launched a new website, and even though you have run a few QA sessions, you have double-checked everything, but still there are some bugs here and there, maybe glitchy menus and some alignment issues and so on and so forth. But how do you even know about it? You obviously will not ask your clients, hey, please do me a favor and make some screenshots where you think my website is glitchy, describe where exactly it's happening, or ideally make a screencast. Of course, they wouldn't do that, unless you give them a super easy to use tool that will make the feedback process smooth and simple. Now, PitchGround brings you the most advanced website bug reporting tool. W3 Dart is a full ecosystem of feedback within a single tool environment. All you need to do is install a widget on your website or use the Google Chrome extension. Now your visitors could instantly make some marks and notes, highlight the elements and regions, put lines and arrows, and then just send their feedback in one click. But what if something is going on the website? Say a menu doesn't open or some animation plays wrong. You can record a video just the same way you did a screenshot. Just hit the record button and you can do all the same things and send it straight to the developer, just like that. I'm pretty sure you're gonna love this tool, and if you want to learn more about it, make sure to check out our use case videos. Now, that's pretty much it, guys. Love you all, keep safe, and I see you guys in the next video.